Rodgers is a fucking Jet. Let's go!
Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you. Biggie. You. This goes out to you. This goes
Let's
out
make
to
sure
you.
we play like the New York
This
Jets.
goes out to you and you. The door within the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door.
We play to win the game.
All you heard was Papa,
Hello?
don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. On your mark, get set. When I spark you wet, look how dark you get when you mark for death. Should I start your breath or should I let you die?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a proud New York Jets fan show. I am your host, Big Nick, out of the hospital, home, lost a toe, lost my mind, but I'm here, baby. I'm here. Let's say what's up. Got some guests. We're going to talk some Jets. We're going to talk some NFL football. Snowball, I was here. Welcome. Mark Riss in the house. What's up, brother? How are you? We got the badass from down south who don't take no shit from nobody. Knobcraft here. I'm sorry, sir. It takes me a little while to maneuver. We're setting some things up, getting the beautiful layout, getting my boy Aaron Rodgers here in the corner, looking all nice, trying to get my beard. Nick wins Opening Music Award. All credit goes to producer JR. I just throw out ideas, and he brings them to life for me. He's an awesome dude. Matthew Smith. I hate old rap for some reason. Well, we hate young kids. So there you go, Matt. You got that going for you. You like that one, JR? I see you clapping in the background. Just kidding, Smitty. You know I got love for you. You're wise beyond your years for a young dude, Smitty. I give you credit for that all the time. So, gonna bring in a friend of the show. You know him. You love him. He's all over the world. He is a man of culture. He is a man who probably just goes to the bathroom in this chair because he doesn't get up from this chair very often. Every time I open up the internet, he's got a link. He's in a show. This man is grinding. He's working hard. I'm proud of him. He's a good friend. He's shown me a lot of love recently. You saw us do the marathons for draft weekend. I'm bringing in a good friend, Gino, Mr. Italy Jet. How are you, sir?
How you doing? Good to see you.
What's up, buddy? How's everything?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Everything is good. It's humid in St. Louis, but everything is good. Wife's good. Everyone's good.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So let's get right into it, man. We got a couple other guests showing up that are familiar to me and you, but it'll be new to some of these guys. And let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
How awesome did Aaron Rodgers look in a Jet uniform?
Still starstruck for me. I'm
Right?
still trying to get used to it, honestly.
Who would have thought he looked good in green?
I mean, he's been doing backer stuff for a long time, so he looked good with yellow and green. Now he looks even better in green. So
Yeah,
he just picked the
green
right
was a good look
colors.
for him. It was a smart move.
Just picked the right colors.
Yeah, he did. It's exciting, man. I keep saying this.
Okay.
I want every day to take its time.
Exactly.
I want to enjoy all of this. We don't have them for 15 years, right?
No.
Like, I'm going to enjoy the mini camps, the OTAs, the press conferences where he shouts out Connor Hughes and he's impressed that he's golfing with his baby in tow. Like he's fully committed to being a Jet. Like he's into it. You know, we heard a lot of trash talk. We heard a lot of fans who were jealous, not like it. But he's bought in, dude. Tell me what you think.
I mean, he's bought into where he might be here for 2 or 3 years. We don't know. He's got all the tools now. Lazard, do you see Lazard's press conference with the he was like for like 48 hours or 24 hours 8 hours. He was like, what the fuck, bro? and then all of a sudden now he's with the Jets. Honestly, I loved everything about today. It's just going to continue to get better and better. Knock on wood, no injuries for everybody. But But everything that we've done today, the press conferences, is really encouraging. What Q had to say about JJ, the mentality with maybe getting new jerseys or old jerseys, whatever you want to call them. The one troll with Salah's shirt, I love Hard Knocks, when we all know how he feels about it. So it's awesome. I'm still starstruck right now.
I thought it was the Heartbreak Kid, because heartbreak is one word. I thought it was a little love to Shawn Michaels at first. Yeah, it's everything that they're doing feels like it's right. And we've never been able to say that as Jets fans. We've never been able to look at this team and go, maybe when Parcells is here, like, they got it. They may have caught lightning in a bottle with the culture, with the team, with the front office, with the people that they're bringing in, the quality of people bringing in.
Yes.
I think we may be able to do something great. If not this year, next year. I think we have a 2-3 year window. I think he's here for 3 years. I'm going to bring in some new guests. Some guys. Hey, Matthias, welcome, buddy.
Hey, Matthias.
How you doing? Welcome to the show. Always supporting. Glad to see you. I'm going to bring in a couple guys that I've been with for about 2 years on the IOW Sports Network. They're my boys. They're my good friends. One, I'll bring in him first since he was here first. He's a Detroit Lions fan, but after we finished our IOW show, I invited him on to come on over here. We'll get his takes. What's up, Detroit Mel? How you doing, buddy?
Man? What up, man?
And whenever there's say again.
It feels strange being on this side. I'm like, I can't control nothing. I feel
right. You're just a guest. Next, after he reveals himself from the cloud of smoke that just came out, he's struggling with a little bit. Now I'm gonna bring him in during the struggle. We got the Kansas City Chief fan here, Mr. Wildcard Mar. What's up, buddy?
Happening?
How are you?
What's happening?
Oh, you look so cute next to Aaron Rodgers, man. Look at that.
And get him off my face. Man.
Pause, sir. Pause.
Hey, Mar, how's the analytics over there?
Hey, man, the analytics is a piece of shit, man. Can't stand it. What's up, Illy Jet? That's my guy right there. Illy Jet, man, definitely a good friend of ILW. He's been on a few late night IL shows with me and MJ. So
always popping.
Always. Hey, man, glad you got me on, Nick. This is my what a proud New York Jets fan debut. Yeah,
mine too, man.
Yeah,
no, I think you came on once, Mel.
No, Mel did, but But I'm talking about you finally picked a day that I'm probably gonna have Jets fans hating on me like a mug today, dog.
Yeah, we just hate on you anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me throw it out to you guys. Let me get your takes. Mel, I'm gonna throw it to you first. You're a Lions fan. You're in the NFC. Right. You and I talk often on the IOW show about how we've been coming up together simultaneously, where we've been low and we finally look like we have good structure.
On the mean streets of losing.
Yes. We're trying to get out of the lottery and trying to get into the playoffs.
Right.
Tired of top 10 picks. We're trying to be consistently out of there. Right. Give me your take. Looking at the Jets, looking at what they've done, looking at the expectations that not just fans, but the national media and as an opponent, what's your take looking at this team from the outside?
Like you and I talked about a lot. I think with the Jets, man, you can juxtapose them and the Lions and you see a lot of similarities, organizational wise, you see a lot of bad moves. They made a lot of bad picks. They made couple of seasons where you thought it was real hype, thought it was gonna go somewhere, disappointing. You got the infamous booty fumble. And so, you got a lot of things that people can just throw jokes at when it comes to the Jets and vice versa the Lions. It's a lot of jokes that could be thrown out there. And then you see they get Robert Saleh and you start to see things moving. We thought that was a good pick. Great coach, great, come from a great organization, great culture. So you started as a person looking outside looking in, you kind of got that, let's see what they're gonna do with this. And then you start seeing some of the picks they get. And then last year, you and I talked about, I think I brought you on to my show, and we was talking about the matchup they had. And I said, that defense is scary. At this time, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, so I wasn't really worried about the offense because the quarterback. But I said the defense is scary. You know, they get the right quarterback or they get the quarterback situation straightened out. You know, I can see them going far in the playoffs, and even really a Super Bowl, and then they get Aaron Rodgers. So everything on paper looks good. And the same thing I said with the Lions, everything on paper looks good. You know, the biggest thing is you want to see it in motion and then see improve from
And
paper to
develop.
field.
Yeah.
And so as I don't think, to me, when I watch a lot of national media, I don't think they get as much praise and coverage they should compared to the rest of the league. You know, not that I see. You know, I think you see some of the things they did. I think the Lions, and this as Lions fans, get more hype than the Jets do. And I think they should get just as much hype because of the things and the moves they made. You know?
Yeah.
So, I'm excited just from outside looking in because I like to root for the underdog. I tell a lot of people, you know, I'm a Tigers fan first, then the Yankees, then I root for the Cubs. You know, because I saw a lot of Chicago Cub games living in Detroit. I root for the Cubs sometimes because they that underdog. You want to see them win. So they finally won. I was happy to see that.
Nice. Yeah, it's
and fuck Lamar this time.
Yeah, it's
you know, just your shit, Nick. So I won't say fuck you too after it goes off.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just to touch on your comment real quick, it's like if the Jets don't win it, I'm pulling for Detroit. I'm pulling for Jacksonville. You know, maybe Cleveland. Like I want to see the new teams come up. You know, I'm tired of the old teams winning. Let's get these guys who have been our fan bases. We've all been humiliated. We've been verbally pummeled. We've been laughed at. It's let's hope that like for both of our sakes, we
Who's
get
this
that.
Knob Craft guy. What's happening? I can't get no love, bro. Like that. What's up? What's good with that?
Knob's a good dude. He is.
I expect that for Smitty. Smitty, I expect that.
Smitty, you know.
To have love for.
Knob is up the same path as Smitty. There will be some trolling.
Okay.
But good dude. I give you my word. Real good dude.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hey, you got to forgive.
It's impossible not to have love for Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Detroit Mel can't read right. He's getting up there in age, and so his cataracts is real jacked up like mud right now. So we have a bad time reading. So you got to actually, you know, just in caps, just say, "Hey, I like Detroit too," and he'll understand it right there. So you know, you can't, you know, you messed up the old man.
Can you not put him in 3 days? That scares me.
What you were saying, Mel, is it's different for us, right? Like we're not used to getting positive attention, right? It's like the ugly kid with braces who all of a sudden now comes back after a summer off, and like, you know, she's the drop dead gorgeous girl in school, getting all the attention from everybody that didn't want to talk to her previously.
Right. I've seen those before.
It's going to be fun for both of us, I think. Just to be talked about, not only just playoffs, like both teams have been mentioned with possibly winning the conferences. Yeah. But if we're going to talk about winning the conference for the Jets, I got to throw it to the guy whose team has won the conference multiple times. I think they got 3 conference titles out of the last couple of years.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, they should have won the 4th, but D Ford.
Don't please.
I know. I'm as mad as you are. It was against the Patriots.
Please.
I'm madder than you.
Please do not bring up his name around me.
Man, me neither.
I mean, that's all that we can share all the hate for because we all hate the Patriots.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
It's the worst product in American history, D Ford.
Oh my gosh. And it comes from Detroit.
Yeah,
easy, buddy. Easy.
There we go.
Hey, the Ford's actually own the team. So.
We are an equal opportunity offensive show here. we will take shots at all. So
everybody.
Give me as the team that sits on the top of the NFL, as the team that just had the parade, as the team that has the target on their back. Give me your thoughts on. You've had the Bengals you've dealt with. You've had the Bills as contenders. You've had some battles with the Chargers in your division. Give me your thoughts on how you view the Jets as potential threats to your title and coming at you. We play this year, October 1st, Sunday Night Football, which I think is going to be a huge game in terms
I'll be there.
of playoff tiebreaker. You will be out here for that.
Italy Jet said he's going to be there. Nick, you going to be there? I'm trying to get
wants
tickets.
to go to that game. I'm going to do everything I can.
I'm trying to get tickets. So I'll say this: if I can find my hands on multiple tickets, don't worry, me, you, and Junior will go. So I'll say this. But before I say that, I want you guys to understand that I felt Jets' pain. I felt Lions'
Ain't
pain.
nobody want to hear that shit, man. Just
No, hold on. No, because at the end of the day, let's not act like before we got Patrick Mahomes that we were doing something astronomical. So shout out to Andy Reid and Alex Smith for turning the franchise around in 2013.
Facts.
But before that, I felt all your pain. I'm 36 years old now. All right. So the last 5 years are a weird feeling for me. Being on the other side of this, because I've been on your side. Don't try to do me like that. But as a Chiefs fan, seeing y'all as a potential threat for the Chiefs, I'll be honest. I think the ceiling for the Jets is a wild card team, which it gets you in the dance, and it does. Hey, once you get in the dance, anything's possible.
Right.
Yeah.
My only issue is I just wish that, like with Aaron Rodgers, I know he's an upgrade for you guys at quarterback. I get that. But when I've seen 3 straight years in a row that this guy has 13-3, number 1 seed in a weak NFC, and he's fumbling the bag when it matters, that scares me, because I think you guys you got a lot of talent. The only issue is young talent. So you're trying to figure out how you're going to acclimate to a playoff type of situation. Compile that with Aaron Rodgers been kind of coming up real lame in the playoffs lately, and it's like
that's fair.
I'm kind of that's the only concern I really have for you guys is performance of Aaron Rodgers when it matters. Because look at your nucleus, and me and Nick have talked about this at length last year. You guys were in a lot of one possession games, and now, those same guys that was in those one possession games last year, they were a year, seasoned, more, they've been in that moment. Now they're thinking like, all right, what can we do to turn that one possession loss into a one possession win? Now they're already in that mind frame. But it's still going to take time because you're dealing with a new quarterback. I know him and Hackett got the relationship, so that can, work to your favor. But you still got to, he knows how to play with Allen Lazard. He knows how to play with Randall Cobb. But he don't know how to play with, even if you keep Corey Davis, he don't know how to play with Garrett Wilson, Offensive Rookie of the Year, which was a great choice. I mean,
Devontae Adams 2.0.
Exactly.
It's possible. It's not out the realm of possibility. It's not.
Right.
Garrett Wilson had a phenomenal year. Hey, I thought he balled out. I was rooting for a kid. Matter of fact, I had him on my fantasy team, so I was definitely rooting for him. But
even with crappy quarterback play.
Yeah, with crappy quarterback play. So there is an upgrade that I gotta acknowledge in quarterback play. Yes, I gotta acknowledge that. But I can't ignore the fact that you got a quarterback where how great he is. Bro, you only got one Super Bowl? You had advantage after advantage after advantage in your back pocket, literally. Home field advantage, number 1 seed after year, 2 years in a row getting MVP, and you coming up lame when it matters. That's the only. I'm like, and he's 39. He's not getting younger. So let's. I know he still has a lot of good of his abilities, but we've all seen it before with your older quarterbacks. It takes one nice hit to make that drop off of your skills and talent go down real quick. And that's the only thing that scares me. So
two things with that. One, it could be a Brady and Manning thing, right? Possibly. This could be a situation with that. Remember what me and you talked about on our Sunday night with Dak Prescott?
Yes.
That he could take it to the next level, but he can't have that push in the playoffs. It hasn't been there. He's been good all season long. That's what I'm hoping that doesn't happen, because they could have taken that advantage. They could take the NFC if they wanted to, but right now it's not there. That is a concern, not only for them, but for us too. But I think if we have the Brady and Manning effect, then it could work out. Let's break that playoff streak first.
Yeah. When you look at the team, right? Like I'm gonna chime in on what you said, Lamar. they had what did I click? There we go. They had an elite defense last year.
Yeah.
True.
And we didn't have much offensive support after Brees Hall and Vera Tucker went down.
Mhm.
And the fact that we had all those one-score games without and even though Garrett Wilson won the Rookie of the Year, let's not forget Brees Hall was literally running away with it before he got hurt. That dude went on a run. I know he got hurt in I think it was game 7 because we're 5-2 or 4-2. He got hurt in game 7 when we beat the Broncos. So when you look at the structure of the team last year, it was run game and defense. And I said it on the show with you guys. I said it on all the Jet shows I've done with, you, Gino, and all the other guys.
Yeah.
If we had quality quarterback play, average quarterback play, Jimmy G, Tannenhill type of quarterback play.
I thought Derek Carr was perfect for y'all.
I agree.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah. If we had quality quarterback play, just average quarterback, not even as high as Kirk Cousins, a couple notches below, we were a playoff team. And we were a legit, serious playoff team. Lamar, I remember you and I did a show one night when we were on that run.
Said you said Kirk Cousins?
I know it's not my show, but fuck Kirk Cousins.
I know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lamar, I remember we did a show one night on the Late Night Owl show on IOW. And we discussed it and said if we get this consistent quarterback play and Zach Wilson's just average, we're a scary team because we can run the ball, we can control the clock, and we can play defense.
Right.
Now, you added a lot better than an average mid-level quarterback. You got Garrett Wilson, who put up 80-something catches, 1,100 yards, with the worst quarterback play in the NFL last year collectively between Zach, Mike White, Flacco, and even a little bit of Strevler.
And offensive line, too.
Yeah.
Offensive line, I think we started 13 guys. Like, it was bad. We'll get into the line later. If I'm outside looking in, and I'm going to be objective, Kansas City had a good team with Alex Smith. Mahomes sent them to the stratosphere. Not much else changed. I think when you take the quarterback position away and you look at where the Jets are now compared to the Packers teams, I really honestly believe that the Jets are more talented than any team the Packers have fielded in the last decade. Yeah. And I think Aaron Rodgers has made that team 13-3. And he's made them a lot better than they were. And I think what you're going to see this year from them is proof of that a team that was winning. I mean, last year they only won 8 or 9. They dealt with the rookies. They dealt with this thumb injury, and he wasn't able to carry that team. Now, I don't think that's a one-year thing. I think that's just a one-year thing with him right now. I think he's still got a lot left in the tank. I think he's revitalized. I think he's energized. I think he's going to be the Rodgers that we saw when they were putting up 13-3 records. Not saying we're going to have that record, but I think that he's going to be elite. But we got a thing you have to factor in. We're going to have a run game where we don't need him to throw 40 touchdowns. We're going to have a good ball control offense where we need the quality quarterback play. Now, granted, he's going to have some games that are good, but I think you can be looking at a situation where he has a team that carries him as much as he carries the team, if that makes sense. Italy, let me throw that to you first.
Talk about the Chiefs part or the Jets part?
Well, the Jet part, Rodgers.
Yeah.
Like Rodgers coming in, Rodgers being that piece that takes us to another level because the rest of the roster is where the Chiefs were with Alex Smith. They weren't a contender. They were a solid roster. And adding Mahomes made them to the stratosphere.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen with this team. I think the first 6 to 12 games are going to really feel like what we have and what we develop. And I'm happy that we're taking our time with Brees Hall coming back. We need him fully healthy. We need to protect him and see what happens with that. But Aaron Rodgers, this is not only going to be a good year to see the fans get jacked up. You're going to see the team jacked up. You're going to see everyone. Sauce Gardner, Lazard's back with his boy. It's going to feel like a whole new atmosphere on the bench, in the locker room. We're going to see more behind the scenes than we had in a very long time, with Hard Knocks coming, with our Flight 23. It's not only going to take us to the atmosphere. We could go farther. Where do you want to go? We can go. Just keep going. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going. Lamar, give me a rebuttal to what I said to yours about how.
I'll be honest. If you really look at the situation, Aaron Rodgers is pretty much going to be in the same situation he was in Green Bay, if you ask me. You see, here's a lot of similarities. Green Bay had a nice cornerback, Jair Alexander. You got a nice quarterback in Sauce. Okay, Packers had a couple of guys that could rush the pass rusher. Clark up front, Rashawn Gary if he's healthy. You got that in the Jets as well. Quentin Williams does his thing. Just got the bag. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Wide receiver,
Definitely.
Devontae Adams. Got Garrett Wilson. Running back, Aaron Jones was a good running back in Green Bay. You got that with Breece Hall. Barring if he can stay healthy and get back to the form he was before the injury. So what I'm saying is you're seeing a lot of similarities of the team that was in Green Bay that got 13 wins with a less hurdles in the NFC. But you got a very, very you got a gauntlet in the AFC.
True.
So as far as the team makeup, talent-wise, you're seeing a lot of similarities that he had in Green Bay where if you get 13 wins, cool. But that's not the NFC that he was getting 13 wins in is not the same AFC that you currently have, where you got teams that are, well, one, they got the most important thing handled, as in they got their quarterback that they know they're going to ride for it and is actually going to perform for it, and they're trusting in them, and they built around them. So you're looking at how many teams in the AFC you could probably go deep that you're going to have a hurdle with. What, 8-9 teams deep in the AFC? Off the top of my head. So I'm just saying.
You can look at teams in the sorry, I didn't mean to step back. You can look at teams in the AFC that don't make the playoffs and be like, oh, they can be contenders in the NFC.
Playoffs in the NFC. Exactly.
Right.
You look at the teams like Tennessee, the Steelers, the Browns, those three teams.
Chargers.
Chargers. I think the Chargers are in. That's my opinion.
Not Tennessee.
Possibly Miami. Those teams could all be contenders in the NFC. You swap them into the NFC right now, you're putting those teams top 4.
And the AFC East is not the NFC North. The AFC East, you're going to be very competitive. I mean, look, I think the Patriots are going to be at the crapshoot butt end of this division, but they won 8 games last year.
Right.
So you can't dismiss the fact that there's going to be competition every 6 divisional game you're going to have. This is not playing the Lions. Sorry, Mel. It's good. This ain't playing the Bears. This ain't playing Kirk Cousins. This is Josh Allen and the Bills, who've been in the conversation of Super Bowl for the last 3 years. This is a Miami team that is on the up and up. You still got to worry about Tua's situation.
Right.
Still got to worry about the hoodie. He's going to find a way to cheat to get 8 games or 9 games and out of the season. So the competition is going to be stiff, not just only in the AFC as a conference in the whole. It's going to be stiff in your division. Like there's more hurdles that Aaron Rodgers is going to have to get through. So have we seen him do that in his career? This type of gauntlet, this type of competition? I
would say. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Lamar.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
No, I don't think I would look at too is like, one thing I always say about age. When you get old, it just sometimes just comes like bam. You wake up one day and you can't do certain. Shut up, nigga. You wake up one day and you can't do certain things. You know what I'm saying? and that's the only thing I look at when I look at Aaron Rodgers. Like, is he gonna be the same Aaron Rodgers this year as he was a couple of years ago, even last year? Well, even though he didn't play well, but
he better not be last year.
I'm saying, but will he decline because that age just kicks in and he might just go like this? He still
was pretty good last year, though.
Once Christian Watson,
I was doing a long dramatic fact because of that comment.
Come on.
And then one another thing about Aaron Rodgers too is, you look at what he did in Green Bay. Even when he would have other receivers open, he focused on that one receiver.
Mhm.
Is he gonna do that with Lazard because he's familiar with him? Is that gonna be his MO when he gets over here? Because you got a lot of ways to spread the ball around with the Jets.
Answer that. If he ignores Garrett Wilson,
and then hold on, because you gotta say, because my next question would be, how is that going to play with the Salah and Adams dynamic over there? Green Bay is a little different than it is being in the New York area. Green Bay can kind of get away with that because you still the man over there. And New York's a little different with the media and all that stuff. And how's all those dynamics going to play with Aaron Rodgers? I think those intangible things need to kind of be focused on, because I think outside of other things, they can probably work through some of those things. It's just coaching, and if he listens to the coaching, they can probably work through it. But those intangible things, how is that going to affect the season?
That's fair. I want to comment on Lamar's thing. JR, yes. Thank you, producer JR. I know you got a split. I know the reason you want to split. It's right here.
Let's go to eat a damn snack. Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Thank you for setting everything up, buddy. I appreciate you. It's fair points, right? Like, I know we live in a world where as soon as somebody hears something that they don't like, they want to be labeled a hater. I've been labeled a hater many times.
Yes.
But you bring up a lot of good points. There has been, I was looking at the defensive rankings for the Packers, and in the last 8 years, they've only had a top 10 defense twice.
Okay.
They've had a lot of 14s, 21s. They had a number 1 and a number 10.
Okay.
Yes, JR, I do see it. Where was it? So the defensive rankings, I'm sorry, no, that was offensive. Defense, 17, 13, 13, 9, 22, 26, 21, 12, 13, 24, 11, 19. The year they had a number 2, they won it.
Okay.
So he's overcompensated poor to average defense a lot to have some really great records.
Okay.
He's going to have something that he hasn't had consistently, which is a top defense. And that's going to be the difference, I think, between here and Green Bay.
Okay.
He's got familiarity with Hackett. They are going to turn Garrett Wilson into Devontae Adams 2.0. I have predicted stratosphere numbers for Garrett Wilson. He's going to be force-fed the ball. I think he had, Gino, correct me if I'm wrong, 83 catches with the worst quarterback play in the league.
Yes.
There were film breakdowns, all 22 breakdowns that Jets podcasters did, showing that he was open 4, 5, 6 more times a game, and they just didn't get him the ball. They didn't trust. They didn't read it. They didn't know.
What's up, Tigo?
Oh, Tigo in the house. What's up, brother? Last year, Garrett Wilson was open all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're looking at my prediction.
Okay.
Is 123 catches.
I
think he can get 2-3 more a game.
Okay.
We're going to be on the field more. We're going to sustain drives. There's going to be more opportunities. I'm going 123. And just because I like the number, I'm going 1669 with the yardage. And I'm going 14 touchdowns. I think Garrett Wilson will be a top 5 fantasy wide receiver. I believe he gets his name up there, potentially in the likes of Hill, Jefferson. Maybe not this year, maybe towards the end of the year. But I think going into next season, you're going to be talking about a guy who a lot of people have, not just as fantasy, but a top 5 all-around wide receiver. I really think, hey, Buffalo, what's up, buddy? Buffalo and Tigo showing up.
What's up, guys?
I think Garrett Wilson
y'all twinning
is going to the stratosphere. I really do. Nobody can tell me different. The amount of times he was open last year and what he does when he gets the ball in his hands for the yards after the catch is going to be exciting, because the play design here, how many times did we see a slant or a little shoulder twitch by Rodgers, and then all of a sudden he hits a guy in the middle of the field, the safety's bit, and then the guy just splits right down the middle of the field and he's gone. Wilson has that ability. he has the ability to make you miss in space. He has the ability to make you miss when you got him lined up square. You're about to pop him in the chest, and he dips, and he's gone. I just pulled a freaking rib doing the dip that he does. That's how freaking athletic that guy is.
Especially
But-
with his basketball background too. It's
Yeah,
very easy
he-
for him to jump up and get that and come down with those
He
deeps.
moves, man. He moves. Like I'd like to see a little bit more muscle, but his frame, it's the perfect time to be a wide receiver in the NFL with that frame because you can't tee off on guys anymore, right? Like he wouldn't work against Ronnie Lott. He would not. You wouldn't want to throw him the ball over the middle back in Steve Atwater or Ronnie Lott days, right? They take his head off and teach him a lesson. So I think he's going big time. I really, really do. I see a lot of similarities between him and Devontae Adams. I see you got the same offensive coordinator, Hackett, and give Hackett some credit. Hackett was fired in year 1 as a head coach. Those contracts are mostly guaranteed.
He deserved it.
100%.
But
The point I wanted to get to was a lot of those guys who get fired sit home, don't work, put their feet up, smoke cigars, drink
Jeff
whiskey.
Fisher.
They don't have to go coach because that money's guaranteed for a couple years. He came out, I was like, I'll go coach Aaron Rodgers again. All right. I didn't work out here, didn't work out. Russell. Watch what I do now.
I ain't turning down a paycheck anyway.
Nah, you don't turn down no NFL.
No, but
For real.
yeah, I mean, but look at Spagnuolo though. He's a great defensive coordinator, but he's not a good head coach.
Correct.
Look,
Correct.
Wade Phillips.
Bowles, good defensive coordinator, not a good head coach right now.
Yeah. Some guys just are meant to run one side of the ball. Not everyone is meant to
Run
be
a
at the head of the table. They're meant to run their specialty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
X.
A lot of people thought that about Belichick for years until he got Brady. Brady's gone. Some people are saying that again about Belichick.
Yes.
I was it was Belichick guy, but now I'm starting to think, wait a minute.
And to be fair, Belichick ain't had nothing at quarterback since Brady left.
Brady left. He ain't had nothing to work with.
Nothing at quarterback since Brady left. I get what you're saying, but let's, just hypothetically, Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts or somebody. I mean, just anybody that you can name that you would consider in your top 10 quarterback right now in their rankings, and give them to Bill Belichick and see what you can get. I don't care what nobody say. You Patriots fans can be delusional as hell as you want. Mac Jones was never the answer. Why did y'all even waste that 15th pick in the first round on that?
Belichick don't know how to draft.
You know what it is? It's Nick Saban. Nick Saban, his relationship with Belichick.
I know, and Nick and the thing is that Belichick can't keep relying on the word of Nick Saban.
Yeah, Nick Saban.
Mac Jones was surrounded by All Americans, literally on the whole front offensive line. Yeah. All Americans in the backfield that go even third deep. You got All Americans on the outside on both All American tight ends.
Or behind him as well.
He's surrounded by plush comfort. Like all he has to do is just because he's going to have all day to throw at Alabama. He's getting protected. Hey man, just let me throw it to my All-American wide receiver Devontae Smith, who goes high in the draft. Yeah, come on, be real about the situation. Mac Jones was never the answer. He's dookie. He's trash. How the hell did you get replaced by what was his name? Bailey Zappi. And Bailey Zappi got the hands of Kenny Pickett. Can barely make a Big Mac look like a huge sirloin steak in his hands. So what are you talking about? Mac Jones is dookie, bruh. Dookie.
I like Zappi better than Mac Jones. That's a lot.
Alabama quarterbacks. I'm sorry. Tua got nice, but everything looked good when his offensive line was healthy. Went around Armstead, left tackle went down. He was getting hit more. Then the concussions came. Oh, of course it's easy to throw to Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Any quarterback in their right mind could do that.
Even Kirk Cousins.
So, Mel, let me throw something to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me.
Wow.
Ain't nobody worried
give
about
me.
it.
Solo layout. Boom. There we go.
All right.
Damn, you ugly. Give me.
I appreciate that.
Give me.
Oh,
all right.
Shut up, Lamar.
Let's focus here. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Give me your ceiling
Okay.
Or give me your floor and give me your ceiling for the Jets. As a Detroit fan looking in, give me how you look at this team and say everything goes right. They're here, but it's the Jets. They could be here.
I'll say if they have a whole lot of hurdles to get over, bad problems and whatever goes wrong, I still think they win 8 games with that defense. 8, 9
How many?
games. 8, 9 games easy with that defense.
Okay.
I think that defense by itself can get you 8 games. Period.
Okay.
Then I think ceiling 12, maybe 13, because you gotta factor in Rodgers is Rodgers and creates that magic that we used to seeing Aaron Rodgers do. He can get you 12, 13 wins easily. I mean, you do have to kind of factor in the division they play in, but let's be honest. Let's take each team. You go Buffalo. What does Buffalo really have, besides Diggs? I mean, offensive wise, they don't really have a good running back. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen, he looked like he regressing. So we don't even know what he gonna do this year. We know we all putting that, Buffalo. But really, last year Josh Allen didn't look that great.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Italy, Gino, thank you for joining, bro. We'll talk soon. We'll connect. We'll be doing a bunch of shows together. You're my boy. Safe travels getting the wife. Go ahead.
Yeah, this was cool. So you take that in consideration. So they can kind of overtake that if everything goes right. Okay. We already discussed New England agnostic. We ain't gotta go down New England. Miami, they got a quarterback situation. So, we can talk about, all the weapons they have on offense. They got a lot of weapons on offense. Defense is pretty decent. But if they can't do nothing, I mean, the Jets showed you that. Think about it, Jets. We talked about the Jets last year. And they defense and the weapons they have, quarterback issues. What did they do? They didn't go far at all. Same thing with Miami, quarterback issues. So the Jets can overcome them. So really, if you look at everything goes right, they can really win this division. It's open to them. Because I'm still looking at Buffalo and like, what y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna become what everybody's praising y'all to be, or just be a hype team or be another Dallas, hyped every year and underperform? Because so far as they are, they the Dallas of the Northeast.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
He's dropped my mic. He's dropping your mic.
I never seen anybody rotate the mic. He pushed that to the side. He rotated the mic. He didn't drop. Don't drop it. We've all had enough mic issues today.
And now I got
plenty. Oh my goodness.
All right, go ahead, Lamar. Same question to you. Give me the floor, and then give me the ceiling.
Yeah, well, some of my things are I'm not gonna repeat what Mel said because it's pretty much some of the statements and sentiments that I feel. So
yeah,
but I would change the number a little bit. Floor to me is 7 and 10 for you guys. Just last year. But really, I think your ceiling. I would go 12 and 5. 12 and 5 is your ceiling. So 7 and 10 is your floor for sure. Depending if things can go your way, health obviously. It's your prediction on Garrett Wilson numbers, I think are at first initial thought, I thought they were inflated, but then I thought about him like, he's obviously has the talent. What he put up almost 1,200 last year.
11 to 18 or something.
Yeah. And so he could have put up 1,200 last year. So going up to 1669, like you said, it's not far fetched. So yeah. I'm with you there. Garrett Wilson's going to ball out. Your defense is going to ball out. No, but I'm saying at the end of the day, if you guys get to the playoffs, is Aaron Rodgers going to get y'all over that hump? I mean, it's a gauntlet in this joint. So, but Buffalo, I'm like Mel. I'm not too really, I think they'll still get double-digit wins. 10,
right,
11. But I mean, I how many times we gonna keep waiting? Because I think we had the conversation on the show last year. And not to bring up the DeMar Hamlin situation, but that saved him from an ass whooping that night. I don't care what nobody said. Cincinnati was about to get in their ass on some real, bro. They was about to.
I think so too.
They drove right down the field. And then they held them to a field goal, and they was going right down the field and didn't fail. So I thought Cincinnati was about to put the whooping on them anyway.
Avoid the never win anyway. They end up beating.
Yeah, I think so too, because they end up beating the crap out of them in the playoffs in their house in the snow in Buffalo. So Buffalo, it look, y'all keep talking about like y'all one of them better teams,
right?
Okay, but y'all getting older, and the thing is, y'all.
What's up, Harlan? Welcome, buddy.
Y'all kept what's going on? What's going on, Harlan? But y'all kind of kept some of those same people,
right?
You know, I don't think they really upgraded their roster like that. You put a lot of money in Von Miller. He was already old.
Yeah, pretty much.
Injury prone.
You give 6 years, 120 million to an edge rusher at 33 years old.
Yeah,
who already had an ACL, and now he's got a second.
Like
I know
he's
one of the greatest of all time to be a DN, but man, that contract, that length at that age, I think is really asinine.
I agree,
and it's not their only asinine contract.
No, and that's what I'm saying. You look at crazy management tricks that they're doing is just not working. And me and Nick, we talked about this. Losing Leslie Frazier is a big loss. I don't care what you say.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
you lose Leslie Frazier as your play caller for your defense. He's been giving you top defenses every year. It's your offense that ain't been helping them.
One of those years, there's number one.
Yeah, but he. So I saw the story of Lombardi. He was talking about it on his podcast. His play call duties got taken away from him from McDermott, the head coach,
right?
In the 13-second game to the Chiefs. So, you know, hey, you want to keep taking the reins from Leslie Frazier. That's why he was like, "Yo, I'm out. If y'all not gonna let me do my job, I'll step away."
Right.
Yeah. So that's a big loss. I don't care what nobody say. That doesn't help. You know, going against that division, that conference with a trash defense.
Let me ask you this, Lamar. So you're talking about it. What does that say about McDermott as they keep coming up short?
Hey, man.
Year after year.
Hey, it's going to be shown. If he keeps coming up short, it's going to be shown that, hey, even with situations when you having, you know, double-digit wins, you got your quarterback set, got your wide receiver, you having a top defense, and you still can't get the job done, then you start falling into that category of, oh man,
Marv
you should
Levy.
kept your ass as a D coordinator.
Call Marv Levy.
Well, I mean, come on, you go to 4 straight Super Bowls. They're already cursed as it is. Success it eludes them as it always does. Come on,
right?
We'll get there. Win the damn thing. No.
So give me and by ceiling I meant playoffs. What do you think? You think wild card team? You think they can win the division if they get to 12?
If they get to 12, the way that this division is set up, and obviously there's a lot of question marks of each team, I think 12 gets you that division crown in that AFC East.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that'll put you, but overall in the conference, I think that puts you more like a 3 seed, probably behind Kansas City and Cincinnati. But
it's not a bad spot. It's not a bad spot.
Not a bad spot in my opinion. But you know, hey, you could get to the AFC Championship game. I mean, why the hell not?
They get in a row and they play. No, they get on a roll. They play the right teams. And catch the right team at the right time.
Yeah. Because you guys got the elements, like you said. You can run the ball. You can play defense. That carries you into the playoffs. That makes it up to your quarterback to do the job.
Here's the thing too. You look at Kansas City, right? Everybody talk about how they're a juggernaut. Great team. I ain't shitting on them. But sometimes they do make some bonehead mistakes. The right team come in there and take advantage of those mistakes. They can beat them.
Well, you got to catch them. That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying, but it happens. A lot of times I've seen Kansas City play. They make mistakes and get Jacksonville game.
Yeah, they made mistakes.
You know what I'm saying? We can go down the line, but you have to take advantage of those mistakes.
Yeah,
that's the key thing. I think the Jets, if everything we talking about, everything, this all stars align, they can take it. They'll be the right team that can go in there and beat them.
Yeah,
you know. So I think I think that Like I said, it's not me shitting on Kansas City. Same with Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Cincinnati. Cincinnati relies a lot on Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, it makes that team run. Because if you look at them on paper, you be like, how the hell are they winning?
Well, he does have 3 good receivers.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
But hold up,
Not on his ass all the time.
And Lamar, you know this.
Mhm.
You've lost 3 straight games to the Bengals. That defensive coordinator has a blueprint on how to confuse and stifle. Well, you beat them this year on the stupid late hit, but you had lost 3 to Burrow straight before the championship.
I get what you're saying, but all those games
was that championship or was that divisional game with the Bengals this year? That
no,
was
the last
right?
one was AFC Championship game. But
Okay.
I get what you're saying,
Mhm.
but at the same time, the Chiefs are still getting their points. The Bengals are getting their points. Each game is literally a field goal. It's literally. It's
in good games, but in good games.
But the Chiefs have not been able to be the Chiefs against the Bengals. You got to give their defensive coordinator credit for a no-name secondary aside from Bates the last couple of years. They've really done well.
Because he's an idiot.
What's his name? Lou Amarillo. I might be pronouncing his last name wrong.
I think that's it.
But look, I'll give him his credit, of course.
Mhm.
Even if anybody has seen the quarterback's Netflix joint, even Mahomes gave him his credit. He goes, "Yo,
yeah."
He was like,
He's
"Yo,
done
man,
really well." I'm surprised he's not a head coach yet, to be completely honest with you, just for what he's done against the Kansas City offense the last couple of years.
Yeah, and it's weird. But to Detroit Mel's part, his point, because he made a point where the Chiefs make mistakes. In some of those losses, the Chiefs made hell of mistakes.
Right.
It cost them to lose because they self-inflicted mistakes. That's the name of the game. The team that wins the most is they don't turn the ball over and they don't make mistakes.
Mhm.
Penalties included and all that stuff. You don't make the mistakes. You got to minimize them. That's the teams that win. And so you got to catch the Chiefs on those days that they're being sloppy, not take care of their business.
Mhm.
But that can apply to anybody. Same.
I guess my bigger point too, to Lamar, is that the way Mahomes play, he sometimes has to learn to not try to always make the play. Not as bad as Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Not as bad as Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was doing that superhero ball like crazy last year.
But you know what I'm saying? But Mahomes sometimes has a tendency to do that. And those are things I'm talking about. That's not just in one particular game. It's a lot of games that he played. That's I'm talking more of that on that level. You know what I'm saying? That if you want to talk about one of their weaknesses, I think that's one of the things that you can, and going to, since we go on the Jets show talking about the Jets, that they have a good enough team.
Yeah.
If everything lines are right to overcome that and to take advantage of that. Take advantage of that.
Let's be happy about this. We actually get to see Mahomes versus Rodgers finally.
Yes.
It's like they've been avoiding each other every time that the Packers and the Chiefs have tried to get together the last 3 years.
Don't jinx it, man. Don't jinx it. Please. What are you doing? Don't jinx it.
Hey, man.
I'm glad to see him.
If I say it now, then it'll reverse some kind of Madden curse. I don't know.
Hey, I'm happy to see that Mahomes and golf matchup.
Let me you guys just said a lot, and I love the contributions and the different points of view from fans outside of the Jets.
Right.
We have a tough schedule.
Yes.
We got the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Redskins. We got that division. We got the Chargers and
Commanders,
Chiefs.
sir. We're trying to be politically correct.
No. We got the Chargers and Chiefs both coming here on primetime games. We go to Oakland and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
We got the division. We got 2 Buffalo, 2 Miami, 2 New England. Those are tough games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be an easy schedule.
You guys got the Eagles?
Yeah, we got the NFC East. We have the AFC West.
Right.
We have Houston, Atlanta, and then there's one other team. 6. So it's a tough gauntlet, right? You play the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Patriots twice. That's tough alone. You go 3-3, hopefully maybe get the 4-2 in the division, right?
Right.
You play the NFC East. I think we can get 3 out of 4. I think Philly coming here. We've never beaten Philadelphia. Aaron Rodgers should get a statue built in Times Square. If we can beat Philadelphia for the first time in our team's history, I
Just
think
like
we're
Rocky
12-1. I think.
But
It's
what-
Oakland. I don't give a shit. I got you, Harlan. Thank you. Oakland, Los Angeles, Vegas. Just name a
don't matter.
random
Right.
city.
It's still
Name
a
a
win.
random
everywhere,
city on the
man.
other.
Still a win.
Just name a city on the other side of the Mississippi, and the
It's
Raiders
still a
have been
win.
called at home. The Boise, Idaho Raiders.
And they still lose.
So
But all right, out of NFC
I think
East,
we can really. I think we can compete with everybody. There's not a team that I look at and I'm scared. And I've never said that as a Jet fan.
Yeah.
Like, I think we can compete with the top teams.
Mhm.
Hey, we beat the Bills last year with Zach Wilson at quarterback without Hall and Vera Tucker. If you look at the stats of Josh Allen in the 2 games against the Jets last year, they were Zach Wilson-ish. He ran 2 touchdowns, didn't throw for any here when we beat them. He didn't play that well up in Buffalo. And if Matt Milano doesn't spear Mike White without a penalty, of course, because the Jets had 0 penalties of roughing the passer on them last year. Did you know that? The only team in the NFL not to have one roughing the passer called on them. I think that's going to change this year with Aaron Rodgers. They might be more towards the top of the league. Our quarterbacks have had the shit beat out of them the last several years with nothing because they don't respect our quarterbacks. So that changes. When you look at Buffalo and you look at the secondary that we throw out with Gardner, with DJ Reed, who is elite and one of the most underrated players in the NFL, and then you look at Michael Carter in the slot, we're built to beat teams that pass. You want to beat us? Pound Derrick Henry 32 times against us. You're probably going to get a win. But the top teams in the AFC, Dolphins, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs, Jacksonville now with Trevor Lawrence and Ridley coming in, Cleveland, the other
Cincinnati,
Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
They're all. I mean, Baltimore is saying that Lamar is going to be in the pocket more. Okay, you're doing the rest of the league a favor. But if you look at all these teams now, they're built to pass the ball. The Jets are built to stop the pass. Our pass rush, our secondary is going to be impressive. We need 23, 24 points a game ball control, and we're going to have more than that. We're going to have a lot of games more where we're hitting the 30s, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that as a Jet fan with how bad it's been. Gino earlier, Gino Italy mentioned the offensive line. Yes, the offensive line is healthy right now, but when you look at the line, having Aaron Rodgers, and you know this, Lamar, you've had some offensive line issues. When you have an elite quarterback and somebody like Rodgers who will make the right checks, make the right reads, get the ball out on time. I haven't seen a Jet quarterback get the ball out on time consistently since Chad Pennington.
Oh, wow.
He makes the line better just by being there. He's not going to be sitting duck scared, holding onto the ball like Mike White and Zach Wilson and others have done throughout the years. He's going to get the ball out on time. He's going to make the check. You want to bring it safety? He was talking shit to the defense today in the first practice with no helmets or pads. Say it to the safety. Come on up. I know you're creeping up. Come on up. The confidence, the swagger, the knowledge, the ability, like his ability to play the quarterback position. How many times have we seen it? You want to make a substitution? Fire. We're getting up. We're going to catch you. We're going to take a deep shot. Excuse me. Hiccup. He changes the water level in the room. You better be on point. And now you add that to the defense. I think it could be really, really special season if we hold it together health-wise.
Hey, Nick,
really do.
I got a word for you that I want you to stick with that's going to pretty much put your, go
ahead, summarize
your team for this year, because you said it. You look at your schedule, man. That thing's a gauntlet, bro. I think you guys got one of the toughest schedules in the NFL.
The whole division does.
So stamina. All right.
Yeah.
Stamina. Because you guys are going to be in a dog fight every week. for 17 weeks.
Right.
Dog fight. For real. You're going to be in a dog fight every week. So stamina, as in, can your team, you know, have the ability to be in a dog fight for 17 weeks and come out on the winning side more times than not? Can your team stay healthy for a 17-week of being in a dog fight week after week after week after week? Stamina is going to be the key word for you guys this year.
Agreed. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Mel,
That's
I'm gonna throw. That's not what I've ever said. She'll be here later. Oh, let me do this. Hold on. Without producer, I'm winging it here.
All right, Wing.
I'm gonna give you.
You know I know about
This
you.
is why I love JR in the background. Solo layout. Go ahead, Mel. Plug everything you got. Let everyone know where to find you.
All right. You can find me in the club. No, no, you can catch me on.
You see him in the club. Women go the opposite way.
You see me in the club. Cover your drink.
Don't try to act like you don't know who we be, neither.
Go ahead, Mel.
You can catch me plus on IOW Sports, Lamar and Nick, Monday and Thursday at 4 p.m. Also on No Name Podcast under the same network, same station, IOW. And you know, my sister.
I don't know how to balance the level. JR's got that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
it was too loud, or your mic is too low. I'll cut it off.
All right. Yeah, so you can find me in No Name Podcast. You know, it's my Detroit Lions station. You want to chop it up about the Lions? I'll be there under the IOW network. Also, all three of us on IOW, of course. And then I got my sister who do sibling rivalry under the I Often Wonder channel. So just check me out. You know, chop it up. I'm on Twitter. I use on under Twitter under IOW Sports, but you know, sometimes I sneak in under No Name Podcast also.
Nice. All right,
Nice.
let me figure this out.
You gotta figure it out. It's all right. Hey.
I'm trying, man. He's got a bunch of different layouts because he produces so many shows. I'm trying to figure it out.
I get it.
I'm in his StreamYard login, not mine.
Yeah, I get it. But no, y'all know what it is. KC Wildcard Mar on the Twitter, Wildcard Mar on Facebook, Instagram. You can catch me, like Mel said, ILW Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. ILW Sports 1 on the Twitter. Hey, and if you don't see me there, 613 Fade Productions as well. So I appreciate Nick for having me on the show, my brother.
You say Late Night Owl, man. Late Night Owl.
Well, yeah, Late Night Owl every Monday through Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and Jersey Boy MJ. So appreciate it.
Nice. Thank you for joining, gentlemen.
No problem.
I just want to thank everybody. We got some channel news. Starting next week, come Monday, we will have a live show with myself and Jeremy, who I now co-host on Wednesday nights on Jets Chaos, Jets Lounge with Jeremy. We will be doing a live show every morning after Robert Salah's press conference. We will go live. We will set the show up as soon as the press conference starts. And the second Robert Salah is done with his press conference, we'll go live. We'll recap the practice for the day. We'll recap the press conference, go over any major stories that are coming out of camp, and give you guys more Jet content. You know, it's the summertime. A lot of people have some extra time during the day, teachers and things like that. So we talked today, and we will be popping on training camp recap every day. So that's coming on. Let me get back here. Oh,
can I also say
what's up? Bro?
So all you teachers who are home for the summer and need something to do, come holler at a brother.
You can't come on nobody else's show and start acting a fool like this, brother.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I got to plug everywhere I go.
It's fine.
These hoes need loving too.
I just wanted to thank our guest, Gino, Wildcard Mar, Detroit Mel, kind of. Everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you always for joining. You guys make this fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And as always, be proud, Be loud. Be proud. New York Jets fans. Take care.
Rodgers is a fucking Jet. Let's go.
Biggie. This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you and you. This goes out to you. This goes
Let's
out
make
to
sure
you.
we play like the New York
This
Jets.
goes out to you and you. The door waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door.
We play to win the game.
All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. On your mark, get set. When I spark, you wet. Look how dark it get when you mark for